We're at the Public Brew House in Rolla, Missouri, and we're celebrating the career of John Butz, City Administrator. John has been the City Administrator for the City of Rolla for 28 years. John he has a true servant's heart. He is most definitely a servant of the community.
You know, it sounds naive, but I haven't had many frustrations. It's been a real joy. I have many of my peers across the state who are always sort of looking over their shoulders. They've got conflicts with their mayors or councils. I've never had that conflict here. I've loved everything about the career. So I have a hard time really thinking of what have been those difficulties. Those difficulties are just things to overcome. And you collaborate with people and you find solutions.
I was mayor for 8 years, from 2006 and to 2014. I had 2 terms. But working with John was just, they're going to miss John. The city is, he's just a prince. He's always very positive and always tries to come up with a positive solution to problems.
Rolla is part of this ecosystem of collaboration. The university, of course, is such a prominent player in the community, but the Chamber of Commerce, the school district, Phelps Health, all these great institutions weren't working in silos. They were very much working together. And that was a pleasant surprise. There's a perception in city management, if you're working in a community that's the county seat or has a university, you could have some friction. You have these empires or these fiefdoms and everybody operates in their silos. Well, that wasn't my experience from day one in Rolla. It was very much about what's good for the community is good for all those institutions and vice versa.
As a city council person, you're going in and you're not always going to agree with city management, but John was always prepared. He always had information for us or would get it if we didn't have it right then. And John always came at a problem from the standpoint of how is this going to benefit the citizens of Rolla. He's a good man and he's done a good job for the city and we're going to miss him.
And sitting there at that council in that house chambers with the disagreements that go on, and he taught me that it's important to be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry, because there's things all of us are passionate about. And I can be passionate about those things, but I can be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. And he's an example of that. I am grateful for my 4 years I've got to serve with him.
Then the other thing that you kind of mentioned, what else can we do? I want to encourage people to do the little things. One of the things I've loved about the Rolla community is that we really do take care of people. It's a very giving community. And I think every community sort of says that. I've just seen it in Rolla at a different level. And so I encourage people, check on your neighbors, take care of senior citizens, take care of your properties. I have in my car a set of clippers. And when I'm retired, I'm going to do it even more. When I just see trash or something, I'm going to pick it up. When I see a growth along a stop sign, I'm going to trim it. They're little things, but they make such an impression on the community, or vice versa. When those things get away from you as a community and suddenly you begin looking trashier, then that becomes a cultural mindset as well. And so I think the little things are serve, help your neighbor, look out for your neighbor, and do the little things. Pick up trash, volunteer, take care of your properties. They make a big difference in the way your community is perceived. And every day there are new people coming through Rolla, looking at it as a possible place to retire, more importantly, looking at it as a place to invest. And our image is a big part of what community is all about.
We are John Trish, at least 3 of John Trish's 5 kids. Jake, the oldest.
Dan, the favorite.
There we go.
And Rachel.
Oh, and Rachel on FaceTime. So first off, I want to thank you all for coming out and showing support and love for our dad. It means a lot to us as his family. I'm sure it's humbling for him as well. You know, when I heard that he was retiring, I don't know about you all, but I took a moment to reflect and think 28 years is really incredible. It's a volatile business. After Sullivan, I just assumed we'd be in Rolla forever. Kind of forgot that it is a hard job. It was mentioned, all the council meetings, the numerous council members, the multiple mayors, the different personalities for 28 years you have to deal with. And I think, obviously, John did that with love, respect, kindness, diligence, a passion that is unbridled, I think. He's a public servant first and foremost. He was that for the city of Rolla. And at the same time, while we celebrate Dad, you today, and that passion, I also think we celebrate Rolla today, right? For the last 28 years, Rolla and John Butz have been inextricably linked, right? So today, we raise a glass, we have one, and we toast both the city of Rolla and for John Butz, 28 years of amazing public service.
What haven't we talked about that you want to talk about?
Oh goodness, I was thinking of again all these names of people, and I'm resisting trying to name them because there are so many of them, and I wouldn't do it justice. So I think one of the things that I'm just so grateful for this community, what it provided for our family. It's been wonderful raising our 5 kids here. 2 of my 5 kids have moved back and now have 4 of my grandkids here. The other 3 love to come back to Rolla and celebrate family. So this has really become our adopted home. That's a message that I hear from lots of folks. People who said, hey, I moved to Rolla and thought I'd be here 2, 3, 4, 5 years. If you move here with your family, and you raise your kids here and you get a chance to go through the school system and you play youth sports and active, whether it's robotics or all the things that we have to offer here, you may be surprised to see 25, 30 years have passed and you just never really found a reason to leave. And I think that was our experience.